Hello aspirants. So, this is the first lecture for GS Foundation batch 2022. Okay, for GS Indian Economy. Okay, lecture 1. Okay, now we'll start with a topic of fiscal policy. Okay, now this topic, fiscal policy, is important for both your prelims as well as mains exam. Okay, so first we'll start with the prelims perspective, and then we'll start with mains perspective. Okay, regarding this topic, that is fiscal policy. Okay, now from the prelims perspective, there are important subtopics under this, that is fiscal policy. Okay, so we will see that from prelims perspective what topic we are going to cover. Number one is meaning of fiscal policy. Okay. Second, objective of fiscal policy. Okay, meaning, objective. Third, types of fiscal policy. Okay, meaning of fiscal policy, objective of fiscal policy. Third is types of fiscal policy. Fourth, presentation of budget. Fifth, types of deficit. Types of deficit. Okay. Sixth, impact of deficit oblique borrowing. Okay, impact of deficit oblique borrowing. Seventh, methods, or you can say initiatives, to manage deficits. Now, under this also we will cover two important subtopics. That is, number one is FRBM Act, which stand for Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act. Okay, which came in 2003 and finally implemented or enacted in 2003, but implemented in or adopted in 2004. Okay. Next, committees related to FRBM. Now there are various committee, but the most important one is N.K. Singh panel. N.K. Singh panel. The most important is N.K. Singh panel. Okay. So this is a 7th topic. Now next, 8th is public debt. Public debt. 8th is public debt. And the ninth or last subtopic is, that is types of budgeting. Types of budgeting. Okay, so these are the 9 important topics from prelims perspective. Okay, so these are the 9 important topics from prelims perspective. Okay, that is with respect to prelims perspective. So gradually we will shift to mains perspective, but it is very important to first have a base or development in the form of these 9 topics. Okay, now you have a doubt regarding notes or your PDFs and all those things. Don't worry about it, it will be given to you. Okay, something I'll made you write in the class, or something you will get a material. Okay, but whatever you will get, whatever I am teaching here, it is related to that only. Okay, so don't worry about it, you will get each and everything. Okay, your focus must be on concept clarity. Okay, so give some 3, 4, or you can say at least 10 lectures. Definitely those who are from non-economy background, economy will be in your blood. Okay, or what I will say in a easy term, that your most favorite subject of GS will be economy then. Okay, this is my promise. Just give 10 days, okay, or 10 sessions, not 10 days, 10 sessions. Okay. Now, we'll start with first topic, that is meaning of fiscal policy. Okay, so we start with the first topic, that is meaning of fiscal policy. Okay, now the story lies in these 2 words, fiscal and policy. So you are familiar with the word policy. So policy is nothing but it is a strategy. Okay, strategy for future. Okay, so it is nothing but strategy for the future. Okay, so you all have some policy in your life or plan in your life. Okay, so policy word is nothing but it is a strategy for future, whereas the word fiscal here means money. Money. Now the question arises, money of whom? It is the money of government. It is the money of government. So fiscal policy in general means, that is government's money, that is strategy for government's money. Okay, so fiscal policy is nothing but it is a strategy for government's money. So here what we want to convey with the term strategy means, here means, that is how government earns some income and how they spend, that is how they do the expenditure, whatever they earn. Okay, so अगर मैं सिंपल भाषा में बोलूँ, you guys are also working somewhere and getting some salary, so that is your income. Now once you get that salary, you also plan that where I have to spend my salary, okay, for a month. Okay, so whatever you spend, that is government's fiscal policy. Okay, so government fiscal policy is nothing but हमें पैसे कैसे कमाने हैं और whatever we earn, how we have to spend it. तो जब इसकी स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई जाती है तो उसको हम कहते हैं फिस्कल पॉलिसी. ओके, तो यहाँ पर सीधी सी बात याद रखना, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्ट्रैटेजी ऑफ whom, दैट इज स्ट्रैटेजी ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडियाज मनी. Okay, that is how they will earn the money and how they will spend it. So that means fiscal policy. Okay, so in short, fiscal policy is nothing but it is the budget. Okay, so it is nothing but it is the budget. So I am again rewriting it. It is budget of whom? That is Government of India. Clear? It is the budget of Government of India. Now what is the difference between your budget and Government of India's budget? Okay, so there is a one difference. You, when you prepare your budget for a month or for a year, okay, normally you prepare for a year, but government used to prepare that budget for normally you prepare for a month, but government used to prepare it for a year. Okay, so government जब अपना budget prepare करेगी, that will be for one financial year. Okay, that will be for one financial year. Okay, and financial year starts from 1st of April to 31st of March of next year. For example, financial year for this year starts from 1st of April 2021 and it will end at 31st March 2022. Okay, so this is the financial year. Okay, now it is your task. You will tell me in comment section that there is one committee which recommended that financial year should be aligned with agriculture year, or you can say financial year starts from 1st January to 31st of December. Okay, so can you tell me which committee? Okay, so this is your homework, that which committee wants to shift the financial year from 1st January to 31st of December. This you will write in comment section and tell me. Okay, now so this is what you make your budget for 1 month, but Government of India make a budget for 1 year. Okay, so this is the difference between our budget and Government of India budget. Number one. Number two, whenever you make a budget, you first see your income and then decide your expenditure. Okay, means आप पहले अपनी pocket देखते हो and then decide कि कितना खर्चा करना है. Whereas in case of government first decide expenditure. Government first decide expenditure and then decides income and then decides income. Clear? Is it clear? This is the thing. Okay, the Government of India works in this way. Okay, so what we have seen, fiscal policy is nothing but it is a budget. Okay, now government decides budget for one financial year, whereas it is for in this we decide first expenditure and then income, whereas in your case it is reverse. Okay, now although we said that कि fiscal policy is equal to budget, but story does not stop here. Okay, story ends at it has two more components in it. Okay, two more components. Now what are those two more components? Number one is that is the concept of fiscal consolidation. Another one is that is the concept of fiscal prudence. Okay, fiscal consolidation and fiscal prudence. Clear? Now, so budget has component, or you can say fiscal policy has a component of budget plus fiscal consolidation and fiscal prudence. Now what is fiscal consolidation and fiscal prudence? We'll see it now. Now we'll understand the concept of fiscal consolidation and fiscal prudence. Okay, so whenever government makes a budget for a financial year, so they decide that this is our expenditure. For example, they said that कि we are going to spend expenditure on these 3 schemes A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C. Now, once they decided, they saw their receipts. Okay, that is their income. So when they saw their income, they said that ki we are getting we are getting some rupees from this source X, another rupee from Y, and another rupee from Z. Okay, so this sum total is, that is X plus Y plus Z is government's total income, whereas this is A plus B plus C is government's expenditure. Okay. Now when government decide that we want to decrease our unnecessary expenditure. Okay, so fiscal consolidation says when government decide that we have to decrease our unnecessary, okay, unnecessary expenditure. Okay, so that means government is trying to have fiscal consolidation. On the same time, if government says that we want to increase our income also, but that must be in a justifiable and preferable manner. Okay, that must be in a justifiable and preferable manner. Clear? Okay, so that is also a part of fiscal consolidation. It is simple. जब गवर्नमेंट को लगता है कि अब हमें अपना एक्सपेंडिचर जो अननेसेसरी और यू कैन से फालतू का बजट है, फालतू का एक्सपेंडिचर है, उसे हमें कम करना है, दैट बिकम्स अ पार्ट ऑफ फिस्कल कंसोलिडेशन. ऑन द सेम टाइम गवर्नमेंट को लगता है कि हम इन सोर्सेज से भी अपनी इनकम बढ़ा सकते हैं. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल अनदर सोर्स जिससे डी इनकम बढ़ सकती है हमारी. ओके, सो गवर्नमेंट जब ये सब करती है तो इस प्रोसेस को हम कहते हैं फिस्कल कंसोलिडेशन. लाइक यू ऑल्सो यूज टू डू कि अगर आपको लगता है कि आपका खर्चा ज़्यादा हो रहा है तो व्हाट यू यूज टू डू, यू ट्राई टू रिड्यूस योर एक्सपेंडिचर. नंबर वन, इफ यू थिंक दैट कि आपका खर्चा, ठीक है, आपका खर्चा, आपकी इनकम और भी बढ़ सकती है, देन यू ट्राई टू एक्सप्लोर दोज थिंग्स ऑल्सो. सो इट मीन्स दैट यू आर ट्राइंग टू अचीव व्हाट, फिस्कल कंसोलिडेशन. नंबर वन. ओके, सो यहाँ पर आपके दो टर्म्स यूज करे मैंने that you must focus. One is unnecessary and another is justifiable and preferable manner. Ultimately the word unnecessary is a subjective term. Okay, maybe some expenditure you feel is unnecessary if you think from a government point of view. For me it is something else. Okay, I also think that ki instead of what you saying that this is unnecessary, I'll say that ki this is necessary, this is unnecessary. Okay, so it is a subjective term. Okay, now how you have objectivity in this? It is very clear. Like if I ask most of the student what government should do, okay, mostly students used to say this thing that कि if I ask them a question कि government को अपना expenditure कम करना है, how they should do it, so mostly student has one answer, one common answer. Other answer is also there. That one common answer is that sir, reduce subsidies or eliminate subsidies. Okay, so when you say elimination of subsidies, that is not required. Why? Because subsidies are necessary. But yes, on the other hand, subsidies are unnecessary in some aspect also, where when you are giving subsidies to those person who don't require it, clear? So in that case I'll say that subsidies given to those person who don't require it, this is unnecessary. Whereas when you are giving subsidy to those people who really need it, for example, you know that India is having a large amount of poverty. Okay, जिसको अभी तक हम मेजर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. ओके, पॉवर्टी मेजर करने के लिए वी डोंट हैव एनी स्केल विच विल डू इन पॉवर्टी सेक्शन जब करेंगे पॉवर्टी वाला टॉपिक. ओके, तो हमारे पास पॉवर्टी मेजर करने के लिए कोई स्केल नहीं है. तो इसका मतलब सीधी सी बात है अगर आपको पॉवर्टी मेजर करनी है, ठीक है, पॉवर्टी मेजर करनी है, तो वी हैव टू स्टिल वेट कि कब स्केल आएगा और हम मेजर करेंगे. बट वी आर श्योर ऑफ वन थिंग कि ऑलरेडी इंडिया में 30-40% पुअर पीपल हैं. ओके, बट अभी इस पैंडेमिक के बाद पूरी सिचुएशन चेंज हो चुकी है. ओके, सो वी विल फाइंड मोर पॉवर्टी लेवल. ओके, नाउ अल्टीमेटली इन सच सिनेरियो we need subsidy for poor people. Okay, so we cannot eliminate it 100%. So my point is, what is necessary and unnecessary, that we have to think while eliminating. Okay, कि अगर कोई चीज हमारे पास है और उसको हम eliminate कर रहे हैं, okay, eliminate कर रहे हैं, so we can say it is unnecessary. Okay, अगर eliminate कर रहे हैं, अब suppose कर लो कल को पाकिस्तान पीसफुल कंट्री बन जाती है. ओके, तो अल्टीमेटली व्हाट विल हैपन, अगर पाकिस्तान पीसफुल कंट्री बन जाती है तो व्हाट विल हैपन, तो हमारा जो खर्चा है डिफेंस के ऊपर थोड़ा सा कम हो जाएगा. क्लियर? तो पॉइंट इज दिस, वी नीड अ पीसफुल सराउंडिंग. ओके, तो दिस इज द थिंग. ओके, तो अननेसेसरी एक्सपेंडिचर, सेम वे प्रेफरेबल एंड जस्टिफाइबल. नाउ सपोज you were earning 10 lakh and you have to pay 20% as a tax, it is justifiable. Now suppose a person who is earning 15 lakh and he has to pay 40% या 30% as a tax, तो he will say why should I earn more, it's better to earn 10 lakh only. क्यों? क्योंकि मेरा सारा पैसा टैक्स में ही कट रहा है, मुझे क्या बच रहा है, तो 10 लाख और 15 लाख वाले की इनकम बराबर ही हो रही है आफ्टर टैक्स. ओके, तो पॉइंट इज दिस, with increase in income, if tax amount is also increases so much, ultimately it is not justifiable. Okay, अगर आप 1-2% बढ़ाते हो then it is justifiable. Clear? तो income from where government is getting income, जहाँ से भी government अपनी income कर रही है, that should be from relevant as well as required as well as preferable manner. Or okay, so this is what we known as fiscal consolidation. Now come to fiscal prudence. I hope fiscal consolidation is clear to each and everyone. Okay, if it is clear, then please mention in comment section. Okay, and if still you have a doubt, please mention in your comment section. Now next comes fiscal prudence. Okay, that is the third component. Okay, now to understand fiscal prudence, I will give you one example. Okay, but before I give you an example, what we tell you what is fiscal prudence in a general manner. It is simple. Like we know that ki in fiscal consolidation we have tried to reduce our expenditure as well as tried to increase our income from wherever it is possible. Number one. Number two, in fiscal prudence, what we are trying to do, whatever expenditure we have to do, in that expenditure we have to see that we are doing that expenditure in a best possible manner. Means अगर मेरे को खर्चा जो भी करना है आफ्टर अप्लाइंग द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ फिस्कल कंसोलिडेशन, जो भी मेरे को अब खर्चा करना है वो मैं खर्चा एक बेस्ट पॉसिबल मैनर में करूँ. मीन्स वट एवर 1 रुपी आई एम स्पेंडिंग, दैट शुड बी इन अ बेस्ट पॉसिबल मैनर. ओके, नाउ व्हाट आई वांट टू से दैट सपोज गवर्नमेंट हैज वन स्कीम with the name A scheme. Now this A scheme, what are the benefits of this A scheme? Like in this scheme, for example, some amount, for example, rupees 1000 has to be given to the beneficiary. Okay, beneficiary either it is suppose kar lo, there is some scheme in which we are giving 1000 rupees to senior citizen. Okay, now this is the senior citizen, we want to give 1000 rupees to senior citizen. Now how this 1000 will come here? First of all, central government department will take this money from finance ministry, then central government concerned department will give it to state government will give to local government, and finally it will reach to the beneficiary. Okay, so when we are doing these activities, so transferring 1000 rupees also needs some money. ओके, तो इसको ट्रांसफ़र करने के लिए भी आपको कुछ ना कुछ पैसे देने पड़ेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल 200 रुपये लगे, ठीक है, खर्चा आया. यहाँ पर ये 1000 रुपीज़ देने के लिए ये 200 तो लगे ही हैं, अनदर 200 लगे, एंड फाइनली यहाँ देने के लिए तो मतलब 200 प्लस 200 प्लस 200. ओके, तो टोटल ₹1000 यहाँ तक पहुँचाने के लिए बेनिफिशियरी को वी हैव टू स्पेंड 800 रुपीज. ओके, वी हैव टू, सॉरी 600, नॉट 800, 600 रुपीज. तो मतलब 1000 रुपये देने के लिए गवर्नमेंट को 1600 रुपये खर्च करने पड़ेंगे टोटल. ओके, तब जाके 1000 रुपये पहुंचेंगे, मतलब 600 रुपीज एडिशनल. नाउ दिस इज एन अननेसेसरी एक्सपेंडिचर. ओके, or you can say this 600 what we are spending, we can control it. Now one of an intelligent future officer like you, आप में से कोई एक intelligent future officer ने गवर्नमेंट को बोला कि instead of doing these things, why not we directly transfer this money to the account of beneficiary. Okay, you said okay, it is fine. Okay, now instead of this thing, you directly transfer money to the bank account of beneficiary. Now in this, doing this thing, you need what? You need only services of bank, plus you need a bank account of the beneficiary. Okay, and the money is directly transferred to concerned person. Okay, now when you are doing this thing, so you need only bank services. So for example, bank charges 300 rupees for its services. So now what is happening? So to transfer 1000 rupees, you have to spend only 300 rupees. Okay, and your scheme is successful. Clear? So this is known as fiscal prudence. I hope it is clear to each and everyone. Okay, so if it is clear, please write in comment section, yes sir, it is clear. Okay, now next come, so we have done with meaning of fiscal policy. So meaning of fiscal policy says is equal to budget plus fiscal consolidation and fiscal prudence. Clear? Now we'll start with objective. Objective of fiscal policy. Now when we start with the objective of fiscal policy, so we will see that budget has, in budget what we are doing, we are trying to raise the income. Then what we are doing, we are trying to do expenditure. Okay, so income and expenditure, two parts in budget. Okay, so income and expenditure. Okay, so with this, by managing income and expenditure, government tries to do something for the nation. For example, they help in managing growth for the nation, that is growth and development. Okay, so for example, when government spend money on research and development, when government decides to spend money in research and development, or you can say science and technology, so in that what we want to say that ki government is interested in growth and development of the nation. Definitely when you spend in science and technology, what will happen, new technology will come, that will ultimately benefit the nation. Clear? That will ultimately benefit the nation. Okay, so this is what growth and development. Number 2, we want to achieve inclusive growth. There is a very famous slogan by BJP government, especially Narendra Modi ji, that sabka saath sabka vikas. Okay, so that is nothing but inclusive growth. Means if government is spending some money, benefit of that money will reach to the lower person. Means a person who is very low in hierarchy also. Okay, that money, that benefit will go to that person also. Okay, so that is inclusive growth. Next, when government doing these things, we also want to improve poverty, that is we want to remove the poverty. Okay, so we want to remove poverty. Clear? So when we are doing these things, we also want to remove the poverty. So this is our next objective. Clear? Next, when we are doing these things, government also wants to improve employment situation in the country also. employment situation. Okay, employment situation. Now how, when government decides to invest in textile sector, now why I am using the word textile sector, it is simple. Textile sector is a sector in which large labor is working. Okay, so कभी भी आप देखना कोई apparel factory हो, means जहाँ पर कपड़ा बनता हो. Okay, so there you will find that कि in morning as well as in the evening, that is after office hours, you will find that कि office के बाद काफ़ी सारी भीड़ निकल रही है, का means काफ़ी सारे employees निकल रहे हैं. So it means that that is a sector which is labor intensive. Okay, so if government plans in a budget that we want to spend money for the improvement of labor sector, so what indication they are giving, they are basically giving an indication that we want to improve the employment status of the country. Clear? So it is employment situation. Clear? Next, government want to make better infrastructure also. Okay, so government wants to make the better infrastructure. So when government spends, they give intention that they want better infrastructure. For example, if they are developing golden quadrilateral, very old example. Okay, why I am using this example, because you are familiar with this. Okay, apart from this, right now government is working on north-south corridor as well as east-west corridor. Okay, so these are the two new concepts which government right now is using it. Okay, so when we are talking about north-south, so it means that government is spending on infrastructure. Okay, so infrastructure is also one of the area where government is spending. Okay, so infrastructure itself is a broad topic. Like there are two types of infrastructure: soft infrastructure, hard infrastructure. So we will deal with this when we will do infrastructure topic for mains part of point of view. Okay, so infrastructure. So if you see, these are the major objectives of fiscal policy. Now, according to it, if we categorize it with these objectives, what you observe, that government of India is, with the help of fiscal policy, is playing the role or function of allocation and redistribution. Okay, that is allocation and redistribution. Now when I am saying allocation, it is nothing but government क्या कर रही है, एक से पैसा दूसरे सेक्टर में लगा रही है. Okay, so it is what they are allocating some money. Okay, from its income they are picking the money and putting it in some sector. So that is known as allocation. Whereas redistribution here means government क्या कर रही है, they are taxing the poor, they are taxing the rich and giving whatever they tax the rich, that tax amount is transferred to the poor person. Okay, through various welfare schemes. Okay, through various welfare schemes. So this is known as redistribution. Okay, so what I want to say that in short, with the help of fiscal policy, government tries to achieve the objective of allocation and redistribution. Okay, so this is about objective of fiscal policy, which you have to remember. Okay, so in exam, although chances are very less, but they can ask you sometimes what is the major function or role or objective of fiscal policy. So they will give you these options and you have to, in the form of 1 to 3, and you have to identify the correct option. Okay, next comes types of fiscal policy. Next comes types of fiscal policy. Okay, that is types. So there are 3 types. Type number 1 is expansionary fiscal policy. Type number 2 is contractionary fiscal policy. Type number 3 is neutral fiscal policy. Clear? If you are really getting benefit, please express it by subscribing to the channel as well as as well as giving likes, as well as joining to our classes also. Okay. So we will comprehensively cover, so you don't need to refer any material apart from our class notes as well as class material. That is more than sufficient, plus whatever assignments or tests we will take, that is again more than sufficient, which will be conducted after each and every class. Okay. So for that you don't bother. Okay. So I am again repeating it so that you will not have any doubt again and again, because some students you used to ask it again and again, sir material मिलेगा ये होगा, तो we will give you each and everything in the class itself. You don't have to refer any book. In market there are many books, okay, but no single source for economy. But we will cover it and compile each and everything for you in class. So just what you have to do, you have to listen to the class carefully, and whatever we are teaching you, okay, do your task on the same day. Just memorize the things today itself, and whatever is your doubt, clear your doubt within by next class itself. Okay. So we will be there to help you out at WhatsApp also. Okay, we will provide you our WhatsApp number also. Plus we will be there to help you out at offline classes also. Wherever you want, okay, we will support you. Okay. But your task is to study. That you should do sincerely. Okay. Now, expansionary fiscal policy, contractionary and neutral fiscal policy. Now when it comes to expansionary, so you know that budget has again two part, income and expenditure. Okay. So when government's expenditure is more than its income, so we used to call it expansionary fiscal policy. Okay. We used to call it expansionary fiscal policy. Clear? So when government's expenditure is less than income, we used to call it contractionary fiscal policy. Okay. But when government's expenditure is equal to income, so we used to call it, okay, we used to call it neutral fiscal policy. Okay. So expansionary, contractionary and neutral fiscal policy. Now we'll see it one by one. In our country, that is in India, we are having an expansionary fiscal policy. Why? Because our expenditure is more than income. Okay. Means हम जितना income receive नहीं कर रहे हैं, हमारा expenditure उससे कहीं ज़्यादा है. तो इसका मतलब ये है, जो हमारा gap है expenditure और income के बीच में, from where we are getting it fulfilled, we are getting it fulfilled in through borrowings. Means उस सब के लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं, पैसे को borrow कर रहे हैं. Means ये gap को fill, ये जो gap आया है इसको fill करने के लिए we are borrowing. Okay. Borrowing from various sources. Okay. I'll tell you later कहाँ से हम borrow कर रहे हैं जब हम deficits करेंगे. Okay. Now that is we are borrowing. Next comes contractionary fiscal policy. Okay. अब आपका एक सवाल होगा कि सर हमारा expansionary fiscal policy क्यों है? Reason, India is a very vast country where again we have a burden of so many poor people, or you can say people below the poverty line. Okay. So we cannot leave them on their fate. Okay. So that is why it is our, you can say, it is not by choice, it is by force we have to adopt this expansionary fiscal policy. When it comes to contractionary fiscal policy, yes or no? When it comes to contractionary fiscal policy, so here expenditure is less than income. So it means that whatever you are earning, your expenditure is less. So ultimately government is saving something. Okay, saving something. So it is contractionary fiscal policy. This policy is usually seen in, this policy you will see in a country like developed countries. developed countries. Now when it comes to developed countries, what does it mean? What does it mean? जब हम डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज़ की बात करते हैं तो डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज़ का मतलब ये है कि कंट्री लाइक यूएसए, ओके, कंट्री लाइक आयरलैंड, ओके, स्कॉटलैंड, एक्सेट्रा, दे आर द डेवलप्ड वन, ओके. सो हेयर दे आर फॉलोइंग कॉन्ट्रैक्शनरी फिस्कल पॉलिसी, दैट इज बाय चॉइस, ठीक है, नॉट बाय फोर्स. उनकी मर्जी है, वो एक्सपेंशनरी भी फॉलो कर सकते हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्शनरी भी फॉलो कर सकते हैं, दैट इज देयर विश, ओके. बट वी डोंट हैव ऑप्शन, वी हैव टू फॉलो this, that is your expansionary fiscal policy. Clear? Now comes neutral fiscal policy. Now when it comes to neutral, what does it mean? When it comes to neutral, what does it mean? Neutral means that your expenditure is equal to income, means जितना कमा रहे हो उतना ही बराबर ही खर्च कर रहे हो, that means neutral. Now the concept of neutral is, ideal case. That is not possible in a country like India, okay, as well as in the world also. You will not find in any economy that there is a neutral fiscal policy, okay. So that is why it is an ideal conception, okay. So most of the countries either have an expansionary fiscal policy or contractionary fiscal policy. Clear? Now always remember one thing, although we have expansionary fiscal policy, if this is a scale, on one side we have expansionary, on the other side we have contractionary. Although we have expansionary fiscal policy, but government of India is trying to achieve contractionary fiscal policy, okay, trying to achieve, okay. So you can say if this is the neutral one, we are somewhat here, okay, that is moving toward contractionary fiscal policy. Clear? So this is our stand, okay, contractionary fiscal policy. Now another important thing you will remember, which is a link with the chapter of monetary policy. Now in monetary policy also there are two types of monetary policy. One is expansionary monetary policy and another is contractionary monetary policy. Always, you will always remember one thing, whenever government of India is pursuing expansionary fiscal policy, during that time RBI will have contractionary monetary policy. Remember this, okay. तो जब भी हमारी एक्सपेंशनरी फिस्कल पॉलिसी होगी, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की एक्सपेंशनरी फिस्कल पॉलिसी होगी, आरबीआई कॉन्ट्रैक्शनरी मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी फॉलो करेगा. क्यों ऐसा, क्यों, दैट यू विल टेल मी इन कमेंट सेक्शन or I will tell you in next class, okay. So if you like it, join Maluka IAS and will make you sure that your success will be guaranteed, okay. And you will, every topic, either it is Indian economy or any subject, that will be covered comprehensively, and after every class you will be given a separate question practice session, and also if you have any doubt, there will be doubt session also. Plus you can contact any teacher individually also, okay. So your each and every doubt is solved. So your success is our aim. Thank you.